Hello. So, I've been doing a ton of readathons. If you can't tell by my past few months of doing these vlogs and everything, I've been doing a lot. And this month is one that I'm doing the same. So just a quick breakdown of all the readathons that I'm doing real quick. I have Gothtober, the Hocus Pocus readathon, Spooktober, a Screamathon, and Slayerfest. It's a few. I'm going to try and read the character book first and then go through each of the prompts for each challenge. So this works out well for me because I really wanted to read this book pretty high up this month, and so the one that I'm choosing for this is the Fell of Dark. This is a supernatural neighborhood. A lot of supernatural things are just kind of drawn into this place. A vampire boy shows up, tells our main character that he basically is going to be, I think, saving the world or saving the neighborhood from a bunch of terrible things that are happening. It sounds fantastic. It sounds great. Alright, I was not going to update you guys tonight because I have not gotten any reading done, but I felt like I needed to because I am hauling a couple of books. The first book that I picked up was Shaun of the Dead. This is a graphic novel that's just the movie in graphic novel form. I love this movie and I wanted to watch this movie this month anyways, so it'll be fun kind of reading and watching it. And then I also picked up When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, which is her first thriller, and I'm very excited for it. I've been editing all night, so I haven't read anything. And I probably won't because it's already 11:30 and I really need to go to bed. So I'm gonna get this video done and up and then pass out, and hopefully I'll get some reading done tomorrow. It's the calm before the storm. Things aren't as they were before. I have actually read something. It is currently almost midnight, but I decided to go ahead and pick up the Shaun of the Dead graphic novel. I really enjoyed this. I mean, I really love that movie, and this is just the movie in graphic novel form. The art style is a little dark for what this is, which sounds weird being a zombie story, but with it also being so comedy focused, I just felt like it needed to be a little bit lighter in style. It was still really good. So, it is Sunday. I wanted to do a small update before I had to head out of here because I did get some reading done. So we're gonna update some actual reading. I read a good chunk of The Fell of Dark last night. I think I'm probably about halfway through. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm loving it. I think the characters are fun and interesting, and it's going a direction I was definitely not expecting. I have been spending a lot of time recently playing Animal Crossing again, which is nice because I miss it. I was obsessively playing it for a while, ended up putting it down when life got a little crazy, so I'm enjoying getting back into it, especially with it being spooky season. I think it's gonna be a really good and fun month to kind of get back into this, so I'm excited about that. I was gonna do this tomorrow. I literally washed my face, got ready to kind of chill for the rest of the night, but then I was like, you know what, let's just get all my thoughts out now while I have them like fresh in my head. So I just finished The Fell of Dark, and I gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed. First, there's a love triangle that I was not expecting. I think it's done okay. I'm fine with how the relationships played out between both of them, even though there's not really relationships. It's just more like they're flirty, and that's about it. It's more of a lustful connection between these two than it is any kind of long-lasting building relationship between the two love interests. This is a lot of exposition and a lot of world building and a lot of knowledge and a lot of info for a standalone. Could have been cut out of there, and you could have had more about the characters themselves. You don't get the opportunity to really feel anything for them, which is kind of disappointing. I just feel like if you're gonna go the route of making this very exposition-y and very world-building focused, that you need that stability in the relationship or the characters, and that wasn't there. So it was just like you need one or the other for it to really work for me, and it didn't have either of those. Like, I'm fine with it's a very open love triangle. This is a very open relationship between the three of them. I just feel like since it's not as much of a solid relationship in any form, that it just feels like it's just kind of thrown in there every now and then. I mean, the tagline on the book literally says, "Why are the cute ones always undead?" Like, you assume the romance is going to be kind of a bigger part in this than it ends up being. I don't know. I enjoy the characters. I think the idea of all of this is really interesting. It's just a lot. It's a lot for a standalone. I feel like maybe if this was like 2 books or 3 books, maybe we could have had this drag out a little bit more in a good way, to where you could kind of build the plot a little bit smoother and really get us to connect with the characters. Okay, so we're about to have a shift in quality here because my phone decided to be really dumb and not want to work. What I was saying still is a good book, it just had its issues that I think could have been changed. I'm probably going to end up giving this 3 stars, which is really sad because this was easily probably my most anticipated read for this month. Oh well, we move on, we go to another book. But to go through the prompts that this will check off. So I know I put this on to Gothtober. This was the book I was using for the LGBT plus rep. I was also using it for the LGBT plus rep on Slayerfest. This was my Terra book. Was using this for Spooktober. This was the costume prompt that I was using for both scary and fantasy, so that is complete. And I also was using it for Screamathon. This was the Maureen Prescott prompt, which was a paranormal book. I think I might try and start When No One Is Watching next because I think the audiobook at 2 times speed is only 4 hours, so it should be pretty quick and easy to get through, and I'm really hopeful I'm gonna like this. Have no reading update for the day. My plan is to hopefully try and read something tonight. Was able to sneak in and watch the second movie for The Babysitter, and the sequel's pretty good. It's not as good as the first one, but it's still really fun. I don't know what I want to watch next, but I definitely want to try and sneak in some more spooky themed movies because I really want to try and watch as many as I can this month. Not that I don't do that generally every other month of the year, but specifically this month there's just specific ones that I want to try and get through. Alright guys, last that I've been reading these past couple of days was picking up volume 1 of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I am about halfway through that and hopefully we'll be able to sit down and actually finish that soon. And I'm also finally starting When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole. I will get in more of my thoughts next week as I talk about those books and hopefully get through those. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you guys next week.